All right there. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a brand new Tea Time with Tia for Geek Vibes Nation. It's been a while since I've done a tea time. Life has just kind of gotten ahead of me, but I wanted to sit down because I got some pretty bad news yesterday. If you know me, you know that one of my favorite shows of all time, as well as like my favorite show probably today, is American Gods on Starz. I have most likely interviewed most of the cast of the show, which you can find all of those here on YouTube on our Geek Vibes podcast YouTube page. And that isn't simply just I didn't get all those interviews solely because they're good coverage. I got them because I really love this show and I loved all of the actors and the characters. So it was like a privilege to me to be able to get the opportunity to speak with them. Um, and I really was rooting for this season. I thought season three was fantastic. It was 10 episodes as opposed to the usual 8 episodes that seasons one and two had. And to me, it's like, yes, they added like a lot of different characters, a lot of different elements that weren't in the book, but it also got back on track, especially that season finale. And I guess in a case series finale, since Starz decided to cancel the show, um, which is so upsetting. I'm still going to say spoiler alert just because if you haven't seen it, it just premiered last weekend, and I think that people should have an opportunity to watch it for themselves. People don't watch people don't watch TV like that anymore, which really makes the whole numbers thing just so not relevant. Just because people don't watch things always on that night that something premieres. People wait a while. People have work. People have things to catch up on. People don't have network TV. A lot of people are watching things through the apps and stuff like that. So, um, I know one of the big reasons is because they said numbers were declining for viewership for American Gods. But to me, it's like, yes, American Gods didn't have a huge fan base, but the people that they did have were very loyal to the show. Loved it, even if, say, it did have flaws every once in a while. I'm the type of person that I really ignored a lot of the flaws because even though, yes, there were some behind the scenes problems, I always felt that the actors did their best with the writing, and I thought it was good. Um, I liked season two a lot. Despite people disliking season two, I thought season three was the best season. I have a feeling that people really could not get over the fact that Brian Fuller left the show after season one. But to me, it's like you were just a fan of the showrunner, not necessarily the show or the story that he was adapting, because him and Michael Green were adapting the book by Neil Gaiman, not doing their own sort of show. So I don't know, but I think that had a lot to do with it, with the declining viewership. To me, I loved the show so much, and I loved the actors, and I wanted to see them continue. It was obvious they wanted a season four. There was only one season left of story to tell anyway. Ricky Whittle, who plays Shadow, Bruce Langley, who plays Technical Boy, all of them, they wanted a season four because they knew that they wanted to finish this story. And now we won't get a finish of the story, which is ridiculous. I mean, the cliffhanger that we were left on with Shadow hanging from the tree, sitting vigil for Wednesday as he just finds out the truth that Wednesday conned him the entire time, that this whole thing was just such a ruse just to, get his worship back. And that's how we're gonna end. I mean, gosh, we really needed and deserved a fourth season, and I'm really upset that we're not getting it. I know that it's like you can't control things that are out of your control, but to me, it just feels as if, like, if you're a show and you're not Game of Thrones, you're not The Walking Dead, you don't have like millions of viewers, then you're kind of screwed. These networks don't care about the viewers, even if, say, you have fans who are loyal, who watch every single week, who want to see the story continue. It's like the networks just say, I don't really care. even though you really want this to happen, even though now it puts writers out of work, it puts actors out of work, I don't really care because this isn't a million viewers. I think I looked at the viewership, and I mean, to me, it didn't look that bad. There are other shows like Winona Earp that had much lower viewers than that, even though I know it's a different network. And unfortunately, Winona Earp is also getting canceled. It's like, but that also kind of, goes along with my point where it's like these networks don't care about their shows that have maybe smaller fan bases because you see all these big outlets reporting about American Gods, and I've said this for a while, where it's like they cannot help having a 5 paragraph essay about behind the scenes drama before talking about the actual news that'll take up maybe 2 sentences. Um, and it's clear that these outlets, they're not fans, they don't watch the show or anything, so to them, it's just the same thing as a paparazzi who likes to take pictures of celebrities. They don't really care about who it's affecting, they just want to curate that negativity, which is just heartbreaking as a fan. I've met a whole lot of great people through being in the fandom of American Gods, one of them being Michael Cook from Thoroughly Modern Reviewer, and plenty of other amazing followers through American Gods, one who actually even messaged me about my tweet who said, I had said in a tweet that I, hate the idea that people are going to remember American Gods as a troubled show when we don't think of it that way. We think of it as a show that had an amazing story with fantastic actors and great visuals and just weird mythology. And that's how we remember it. Were there bumps in the road along the way? Of course, but it's always been my understanding that every project has bumps. And for some reason, this was just highlighted more than any other show that I've seen, and I don't understand it. But I don't know. I have heard from reports from the Hollywood Reporter, Variety, Deadline that have said that Starz, the network, is considering a TV movie to wrap everything up. It feels a little bit like a consolation prize. Like, hey, we couldn't give you an actual full fourth season, but here you can have like a little TV movie to wrap things up. And it feels a little wrong because there's so much that season 3 opened up, and there's so much that the finale opened up that to just be given something like a 2 hour movie feels really like wrong. But it's better than nothing. I'll say that right now. If we can't have a season 4, which I think we should, even if it's only 6 episodes, I think we should have a season 4 to wrap everything up. But if we can't, I'm okay with a TV movie just to finish the story. This is one of Neil Gaiman's like most award-winning books that they're adapting, and they cheap shot us like this at like at the last inning, pretty much. You know, just do that to us, and I think it's wrong. Um, it's so wrong. They should have planned better, first of all. And I think part of that could be a problem from season 1. They stretched things out too much. Things should have been much shorter. In reality, probably American Gods should have only been a 3 season arc, but with that arc being, better strategized to actually wrap things up as opposed to ending season 3 on a massive cliffhanger. So we needed a season 4 to continue on with the story to tell the last bits of the book. And now we won't get that. So it's ridiculous. I really hope that we have that little TV movie again that Starz just feels like sprinkling to us. But yeah, I just needed to come here and do another tea time to say that Starz, I think you were wrong for this. I think that American Gods was a great fandom. I think that you owed it to the actors and the writers to finish off this series. And this sucks as news. This really sucks. Um, some people are emotionally invested in other shows. I was very emotionally invested in American Gods, and I know plenty of other people were as well, just because we weren't Game of Thrones or The Walking Dead doesn't mean that we didn't deserve to have our show completed as well. I'm just saying, it's ridiculous, very upsetting. Please let me know if you agree with me. Before I get out of here and finish this off, I do have to say that this, we have first of all, we got a lot of stuff actually. Let me even stop. We have a new merch store. I'll link that down below. You can get a lot of awesome brand new merchandise. Just rep GVN. We are so close to 1,000 followers if we don't already have it by the time I put this out, which is so cool. Thank you. Of course, you always know that we are sponsored by Coldest Water Bottle, and we have a new sponsor that I'm very excited about because I'm a huge coffee drinker. Even though this is tea time with Tia, I'm a huge coffee drinker, and we have Bones Coffee Company. This is one. It's called From Dusk to Donuts. But honestly, they have so many awesome coffee flavors. You gotta check them out. I'll put our affiliate link down below, please. It's just so amazing to be sponsored by a coffee company because I can just drink coffee all day long. So please make sure you check that out. Please make sure you give this a like and subscribe. And please let me know and let Starz know how upset you are that American Gods was canceled. I'll see you guys later.